good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you whenever you may be watching. I'm Grant Thomas. This is Fine Fast Food, and today it's Cheez-It time. We have made it. Taco Bell just came out with a Cheez-It. You heard me correctly. Cheez-It. Today is the very first day you can purchase this Cheez-It item. However, you can only purchase it as a rewards member. Apparently, and I'm looking at the picture now, I'm kind of comparing, contrasting, 16 times bigger than a regular Cheez-It is the size of the Cheez-It that is in here. And you can kind of see the shape of it a little bit. It's kind of a normal crunch wrap, but you can still see the shape a little bit. Cheez-It crunch wrap. Marketing, obviously, it's Cheez-It, it's Taco Bell. It's two things people really like. I think with this, marketing is an easy 8 because it's Cheez-It. It's Taco Bell. Again, nacho cheese, beef, and Cheez-It. That is all that is in there. There is no reduced fat sour cream. There is no tomatoes. There is no lettuce. None of that. They barely offer any calories anyway. This is the secret ingredient. Calories, we love calories, but at the end of the day, I want to eat something I want to eat. If you're eating a Cheez-It, do you want tomato, lettuce, and sour cream with it most of the time? No, I do not want that with my Cheez-It. But do I want nacho cheese? Do I want beef? Do I want tortilla with my Cheez-It? That, I want that. That sounds like a plan. So, we got a Cheez-It crunch wrap time. It's not perfect. It could have been perfect. For example, where's the packaging? If you look at the ads, I specifically remember a Cheez-It box. There we go again, Taco Bell with the boxes. I understand the release. I understand giving it to people early. And that's why it stays at 8 and not a 6 or something like that. Because it's early. But having an LTO item as big as this one with Cheez-It, all that stuff, you want to give people the really good, what it's supposed to be, first experience. This is not necessarily that experience because you see all these pictures with the box. You see all the Cheez-Its. The way that they market it, the posters are great. We love the marketing. But when you go to the store, you want to try it early, you just get handed this. If you handed me this without telling me Cheez-It crunch wrap, I would have no idea there's a big Cheez-It inside. I would have no idea what's going on in here. So I think it's justified. 8, pretty fair. How does it smell? Personally, to me, it just smells like any normal crunch wrap. Everything, the real smell is inside. So I'm gonna open it up. You saw in the beginning, we opened it up. Normally, for the smell, I just like to smell it how it is, how it's served. However, you take a bite, regardless, you're gonna smell it. So I'm gonna open it up, I'm gonna give it a smell, and that's our smell score. For the smell, nothing unique at all. It's just that Taco Bell beef smell. Very generic, super Taco Bell. There's a running joke. Taco Bell likes to take their 6 ingredients and they just mash them in different ways, and that's how they make new menu items. It's pretty true. It's not, you can't really argue against it, but you can't fault them for it. So many people love it. This thing's an iconic item. People like simplicity. So it's not a bad thing. It's just also not a perfect thing either. It's, generic. It's Taco Bell. It's what you're gonna get if you go there. If you get a small little burrito, if you get a regular crunch wrap, it's very basic in that regard. For the smell, it's gonna have to be a 6. I'm only gonna say 6. I would say 7 because that's normally baseline average type of thing, but I'm going to say a 6 because it's nothing special. And a collaboration with Cheez-It is supposed to be something special. So I really wish I could have did that and been, hey, yeah, huge Cheez-It, you know, it smells like there's a big Cheez-It in there. We're also gonna do this for the feel. So it is kind of hard, but it's also broken into many pieces. That's another thing. Getting into the look, because we already got the smell down. It's a 6. On the look, you open it up, and of course, you're not gonna always open your crunch wrap and look at what's inside. I understand that. However, you open it, you want to see it, you want to understand what's going on inside, you want to see the Cheez-It for yourself. It's broken into little pieces. There's a piece right there, big Cheez-It right here, big Cheez-It right here, big Cheez-It right here. It breaks with all the contents inside. I mean, I'd be surprised if it stayed together. That's how Cheez-Its are. If you get them kind of wet, you'd be able to break them apart. However, it gets me questioning. I wonder how the tostada is. Maybe we kind of should have gotten the tostada, but I wonder how that is. Do they just hand you a crumbly Cheez-It that just falls as you eat it? I wonder. Maybe at some point during another Taco Bell review, if they still have it out, we'll pick up the tostada, do a little checkup. But for this, because the Cheez-It's still in there, that's really all we want to see. Cheez-It inside, broken ish. Obviously it's not this is not as puffed up. It's not as big as it normally is. There's not lettuce in there. There's not tomato in there. There's not sour cream in there. I understand. Not completely filled. It looks kind of dead. Looks kind of super basic, super thin, but there's beef in here. There's cheese in here, nacho cheese. The good stuff is inside. So how does it look? Considering it's, again, not all puffed up, and normally it would be, it's a great wrap. Whoever wrapped this did a fantastic job. The way that it's put together, it's not breaking. I don't have any holes in the side. I don't have any problems with it. I like that a lot. So for that, I'm gonna give it a 7 on the look star. Again, nothing special, nothing unique. This even, that's not as big of a deal today because it's early. If we were in the release, if it just released today, everybody could try it, full thing. If there's no packaging, the score would be lower. In the end, the score would be lower, 100%. However, again, early. I cannot fault them completely for serving the item without the box. It would have been nice to have the box. It would have been a lot better if the box were here, were present, were able to show it off and have a little prop with it, whatever. But I cannot fault them completely. It is day one, literal day one. This is the reason I don't like doing them day one. But today is how the cards fell. I had my pops, he wanted to go get some food. He wanted to go to Taco Bell. Today it was in my hands. Couldn't say no to that. But on any other day, you get this no box, it's kind of like a 5 on the look star, in my opinion. Maybe even a 4 in that ballpark. But today, day one, yeah, 7. Has to be a 7. 7's fair. And now, for the time we have all been waiting for, at least myself. I know I've been waiting for it for many months, actually. Couple, Taco Bell Live Moss Live. If you remember a couple months ago, they had a Taco Bell event and they showcased this item. They teased this item. They even let people try it, I think. And you know what? We'll do that. I want you to see it. I didn't do it complete because that's the problem. I don't know how to wrap it again. So I'm just, that's why I didn't do it. But see it? I think you can see it. Cheez-It. It's a big Cheez-It. Pretty cool. Wish I did this for the B-roll, but no. So, and I did on the side, trusty. This is the best stuff right here. This is really good. Diablo sauce is a easy top 40 plus points on our scale. This stuff is god tier sauce. This stuff is great sauce. But back on the Cheez-It, it does have a little hardness to it. It has a tiny crunch, just not a huge crunch. Is what it is. And as we're putting everything inside, I'll run off the deets. So what we have in here is approximately 600 calories with everything inside. The lettuce and tomato don't really have any calories that much, but it's still, the sour cream's like 20 calories. It is what it is. But pretty much 600 calories, close to 600 calories, approaching. Maybe like 540, something like that. But you get the idea. I think with this item, see, I didn't wrap it right. That's fine. With this item, it's a gimmick. We know it's a gimmick. Taco Bell wants to do something with Cheez-It. Cheez-It wants to get their name out there. I mean, Cheez-It's name is already out there, of course, but publicity doesn't hurt for anybody. So, this is what we have. Cheez-It Crunch Wrap. There is the tostada. It's 16 times bigger than any other Cheez-It. It's a gimmick, but it's not a bad gimmick. It's decent. I like it. It's a good look. The tostada shell, that's clever. The replacement for the shell inside of the Crunch Wrap, that's clever. Diablo sauce inside, nacho cheese inside, beef inside, big cheese inside. It's taste time. Okay, the big Cheez-It down, all gone. You saw it, no more. We have finished the big Cheez-It. We have finished the Cheez-It Crunch Wrap. And personally, it's a toss-up. The first initial bites were actually pretty bad. I was thinking, wow, I'm surprised there's a 3 in my head. That's what I was thinking. But as we got towards the center, as we got all of the ingredients, and that's part of why it was so bad in the beginning, I realized the edges, you don't get much of the ingredients in there. Especially when there's only 3 ingredients inside, which is partially my fault, but I have to keep that in my mind. When I got to the middle, when I got to the Cheez-It itself, when I got to the Diablo sauce, and I guess I can't count the Diablo sauce, but when I got to everything of substance, when I got to what mattered, I enjoyed it. I think it's a little cheesy. There were a couple seconds I was chewing it and I was eating it, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, wow, this is pretty cheesy. I don't, maybe a little too much cheese. And it's not really it's just a cheese. Very generic cheese taste. Not like a special type of cheese, not bougie cheese, not like fancy cheese. It's cheese. Very like craft, very that type of thing. Generic cheese, processed cheese. It's okay. I don't have a problem with that at all. We're eating fast food. We're not Michelin star. I'm not. That's again why I don't do stars anymore. We're not doing something fancy here. We know this. This is fast food. What it was meant to be. Gimmicks. Fun. This is fast food. This is why I love fast food. This is why I made a channel. Fun. Fast food is fun. And this was a fun release. The flavor, I don't think it was that bad. It's an 8. It's not perfect by any means. It's not. I wish there would be a little more crunch in there. A couple things like that I wish were in there, but I can't knock the flavor. I can't knock does it remind me of a Cheez-It? Not necessarily. If you put a Cheez-It, if you got 16 Cheez-Its and put them inside of a Crunch Wrap, I don't necessarily think you would get the same results. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I just think the execution was kind of weird, but it tastes good. They get all the jumble, all the weird, we don't know what you're doing. What is this? When you get down to it, it's not bad. When you take a bite, it's not bad. When you actually get into the wrap, it's not bad. 8 on the taste. It's deserving of an 8. It was a little above average. If I got a regular Crunch Wrap with my normal stuff inside, what you just saw without the Cheez-It, just a shell instead of the Cheez-It, it would have been worse than that. The large Cheez-It is a plus to the Crunch Wrap. I liked it. So we now got to get to the feel. It is currently 3:45 and it's nice because if you see here, 3:19 we got the food. Most of the time I have to wait a long time for it. So I really got to enjoy this one. I got to get it while it's hot and not just kind of warm. That was nice. So, you know the rules. An hour from now at 4:45, we will be back to you with the feel. No, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it this time. We will be back to you at 4:45. Feel rating. 3:45. Personally, how am I feeling? Personally, it's always the same thing. Always the same thing. But you gotta love it. Find fast foods. Find fast reviews. Personally, for me, Cheez-It. I love Cheez-Its. They're those snacks you can't grow up without. It's true, that's what they are. Who has a childhood with zero memories whatsoever that involve Cheez-Its, that involve goldfish? You don't. At least in this country, you don't. Everybody knows what goldfish is. Everybody knows what a Cheez-It is. Iconic brand names. Can't avoid them here in the States, as they say. In this beautiful, amazing country that we are so blessed to live in. The Cheez-It, for the feel rating, it's gotta be a 6. Why is it a 6? And why am I so blunt about it? It's because Taco Bell. It's the meat. We know what it does to you. It is a running joke that this stuff gets this stuff messed up into this stuff. Yes, I just showed you my trash can. But that's how it is. That's how that stuff gets you feeling most of the time. And throw a Cheez-It in there. It's probably not gonna make it that much better. I did forget to mention, real quick, pretty much $6 for the item. Don't wanna dance around it. The other one, same price. I believe it was a little lower in price, the tostada, just because you're not getting the wrap, the tortilla. But that doesn't really matter. Cheez-It, gimmick, it matters, but not incredibly in this case. Like we said, the calories, almost 600 calories. The price, almost $6. Calorie to price ratio we always like to look at. It adds up, I guess. Not perfectly. I think it should be priced a little lower, but I think all fast food today should be priced a little lower. So again, it's a good, stomach feel. We've said it before. Feel isn't just the stomach. You open the box. Well, lack of box, again, it's not a good feeling when you don't get the box that's supposed to be in there. You just get the bag. Thought I still had it, but I don't. That little bag showed you. That's not what they advertise it in. Just things like that. I know that's not all feel. We had to go back and look at the price because I'm pretty sure I forgot that. But it's Taco Bell. It's Cheez-It. It is what it is. Generic. Fast food. This is what fast food is about. Collaboration. Fun. We said it before. So again, feel rating 6. And as always, Fine Fast Food wants to remind you, these brands, KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Habit Burger, these companies, whether it's just a one-off like a Chipotle, they don't own a bunch of other chains, or you have one of the holding companies like a Yum Brands where they have, like I just named, they have multiple. All of these brands, all of them, in the long term, make money. Well, maybe not all of them, some of them, most of them. Most of these companies make money. Look today even. I mean, that's really nothing, but still green. I love green. But look, we don't care about any of this. The first 4, we don't care about any of them. They don't matter. They don't matter. What does that mean? What is 1 year? 1 year is nothing. Snap my fingers. 1 year ago today, and I just wanted to give a quick little shout out. Splash Mountain. 1 year ago today, I was at Disneyland, and I told me a year later I'd be recording a Cheez-It Crunch Wrap review. I would have told you no. But just in a year, how things can change. 1 year is nothing. What is 1 year? 365 days? Nothing. A year is a year. What we're focused on, and I just sit down, stand up, do all that stuff. Whatever. It's fun. This is what we care about. We care about the max. Not even the 5 year. 5 years kind of medium. We care about the max. Hit that max. Hit that max. I'm not gonna give you a crazy example like I normally do. We just want to show you. In the long term, these companies, look at it, it's obvious. They do well. Do you see a future where you're driving down a long busy street and you see KFC, you see McDonald's, you see Chevron, you see all these names? I know Chevron's a gas station, but I'm making a point. You've seen these things in your life for years, probably since you were born. This is the world we live in. These brands, most of fast food, most of all the fast food game today is made up of not that many different owners and holding companies and all that. It's not that many when you really, really think about it. There's Inspire Brands, who we've talked about before. There's Yum Brands. There's a couple other. I can't think of them off the top, but they're just those 2 brands. That's like 8 to 10 different companies, probably a lot more than that. These companies have strong influence, and it shows. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm not saying it's just gonna keep going. There's obviously, look at that, look at there. There was this time where, if you held up to here, you were doing great. You were at the top. You were winning. Life was good. But then you had this period of probably like a year and a half or whatever it was where things were not as good. But that's what happens. Things fall. Things go up and down in this world of stocks and prices and valuations and whatever you want to say. However, in the long term, as can be seen here, they always go back higher than where they were, as long as the company is a successful company. If you have like a Long John Silver's, Yum Brands even got rid of Long John Silver's. That's my point. If these brands have a loser, they boot them off. They kick them off the ship. Walk the plank. Long John Silver's is exactly what Yum Brands said. Walk the plank. Yum Brands will be here in 20 years from now. McDonald's will be here in 20 years from now. These are winners. Maybe some win more than others, but these are both winners. Find a company that you can almost guarantee will be here in the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. If you decided to have kids, you might be older, you might already have kids, but when those kids are grown up, will these places still be around? These are the types of questions you should be asking yourself. These are the types of questions I want you to get in the habit of asking yourself. Because that's why we make these videos. That's why we have this segment. That's why we have these talks. We have done it personally. We've done it personally. I just want to help you get there. And now, speaking of time, it's time for my favorite question. What did you think about the tostada, the crunch wrap, the Cheez-It? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you think the Cheez-It itself was not really like an actual Cheez-It and just more of a gimmicky thing like I did? Did you think it was 100% an authentic, real, 1,000,000% guaranteed Cheez-It? Do you think it was 16 times bigger? Do you think they lied about that? At some point, I wanted to get a box and I wanted to compare. We're gonna do that later. I'm hoping another time, but today, like I mentioned earlier, came by surprise. Had to take advantage. Sorry, but let us know what you are thinking about the Cheez-It. We want to know. We'd like to hear and see what you think. Gives us some insight. Maybe you like to assess the items a different way. We have marketing, smell, look, taste, and feel. What do you have? Let us know. We will always respond. Do you support Taco Bell or Yum Brands, for that matter, for bringing this item to you? Or not even that. To heck with Taco Bell. You just support us for bringing you the review. Leave us a like. It means a lot to us, and it lets us know you like the scoring system and the way that we do things here. But most importantly, want to be a part of the gains. Want to get every single review when it's posted in real time. Be in the know on all the latest and greatest in fast food. Subscribe. Join the Fine Fast family. So far, 48 strong. For most, that's nothing. For me, that is everything. I want to do everything I can to make this channel as good as it can be for all 48 of us. That is my mission. And if it's 50, then it's 50. If it's 500, it's 500. If it's 5,000 one day, it's 5,000. But it will always stay the same. We will always be here. We will always make sure we're, again, checking the comments. We're reading and replying to everything that you're saying. Hearing feedback, taking feedback, applying it. That means the most to us. And I know we went back to the commenting kind of. What does that have to do with subscribing? It means the most to us. Having you here, a part of this Fine Fast family, is what means the most to us. So join. Don't miss out. Telling you, the gains, the food, and the fun, I like that one, is here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.